By now, everyone and their uncle have heard about the Trump coin rug pull. In this video, we're gonna explore exactly how it happened and point out the lessons learned from the story. We'll learn how to spot which projects are scams and which are, well, less scammy. This story is a masterclass in how meme coins can be weaponized. So Trump launches a coin, and it makes nearly $100 million in trading fees, racked up in just 2 weeks. That's wild, right? But while the Trump-affiliated entities were stacking cash, tens of thousands of small traders were getting wrecked. And when I say wrecked, I mean wallets drained, portfolios bleeding red, and get-rich-quick dreams shattered. So is this a gimmick or a grift? Now, within the crypto community, this coin split opinions right down the middle. Some folks saw it as a meme coin with potential. But let's be real, most of the industry leaders were calling it a gimmick. They said it was threatening the credibility of the entire crypto sector. It's like a Trojan horse rolling into the market, undermining everything legitimate projects are trying to build. Another shocking thing that happened was that a notorious crypto trader profited approximately $100 million from the coin by gaining insider information prior to its public announcement. I mean, wow, this guy is like the embodiment of the alpha predator in the crypto world. So the on-chain research firm, Bubble Maps, put him on blast as this notorious Solana community guy who made $100 million off the Trump coin through token sniping. This is where it gets juicy. Nassim wasn't just buying early, he was buying before the announcement even hit. Over 2 hours before Trump's public statement, Nassim was out there, scooping up tokens at the exact contract address. How did he do it? Well, he says he used on-chain indicators and pieced it all together manually. Yeah, sure. That's like saying you just happened to stumble upon a treasure map right before the heist. The guy allegedly paid an $84,000 bribe to prioritize his transaction, securing his position before the masses even knew what was happening. And then he denies insider knowledge. Sure, bro. Sure. And just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, the copycats showed up. Over 700 imitation coins popped up. These knockoff coins played on the same narrative, misleading investors who thought they were getting in on something with official ties to Trump or his family. Instead, they walked into a minefield of financial risks. People were getting scammed left and right, chasing coins that were nothing more than shadows of an already questionable original. There's a lesson here, and I'm building up to that. But first, let's explore exactly how the whole operation happened. So the coin was launched on the Solana blockchain. Why Solana? For the same reason why almost all the meme coins get launched on Solana. Low transaction fees and lightning-fast processing. It's not about better technology, it's about making trading cheaper to retail investors who often get bled dry by high fees. Lower fees mean more trading, and more trading means more fees racked up for the insiders. Smart move. So let's look at the tokenomics. The coin had a total supply of 1 billion tokens. Of those, only 200 million were available to the public through the initial coin offering, or ICO. The remaining 800 million, or 80% of the total supply, were held by Trump-affiliated entities. Entities such as CIC Digital LLC and Fight LLC. So by holding 80% of the supply, these entities effectively controlled the entire market. This isn't just about holding tokens, it's about controlling liquidity, dictating price moves, and setting the stage for what would come next. They didn't just have an advantage, they owned the playing field. Then there's creating market hype. That's the fuel for price growth. Trump's brand alone is a hype machine. The media latched onto it, his followers jumped in, and the buzz turned into a full-blown buying frenzy. The coin's value shot from $7 to over $75 within a day. That's a market cap jumping to $14.5 billion. And it was all based on pure FOMO, or fear of missing out. The thing is, this wasn't about the technology or any inherent value, it was about narrative. The actual story of the coin became the asset, and retail investors bought into the story, without realizing they were the exit liquidity for the insiders. So while retail investors were caught up in the hype, 31 early investors who had insider knowledge made their moves. Now here's where it gets surgical. These guys collectively raked in $669 million. Think about it, 31 people out of 810,000 total investors. That's 0.0038%. The math alone tells you who this coin was designed to benefit. These early investors likely got in during the ICO or early on when prices were low. Then, as the price surged, they started selling. They didn't need to dump everything at once. Just a little supply into a high-demand market is enough to start an avalanche. When the price peaked, they accelerated the sell-off. That is classic pump and dump 101. So to sum it up, here's how a pump and dump works. There's the pump phase, where you build the hype, push the narrative, and let FOMO do the rest. Ideally, you need media coverage, influencer promotions, and whispers of this being the next big thing to drive the coin to astronomical highs. And then, there's the dump phase, which is where the insiders sell off their holdings. As they cash out, the market gets flooded with supply, driving prices down. So retail investors who buy in at the top are left watching their investments evaporate. In the end, the coin's value crashes, and the later you end up buying, the less of a chance you have. But the story isn't over just yet. Even if the coin's value tanked, the creators still won. Every transaction on Solana generates fees. During the first 2 weeks of trading, the coin made nearly $100 million in fees alone. How? Well, with fees ranging from 1% to 5% per transaction. The trading volume did the heavy lifting. Whether the price was going up or crashing down, every buy and sell contributed to the pot of gold. This is the genius of meme coins. The volatility itself becomes a revenue stream. So was this a one-off, or is it something that's regularly happening? Well, it recently happened with a token called Libra, and it involved the president of Argentina. Picture this: Argentine President Javier Milei backs a token called Libra. The price shoots up like a rocket, classic pump. But what happens next? 8 wallets linked to the project creators pull out $99 million, and Milei steps back like he never heard of it. The result? Investors left holding the bag. And now there's a federal investigation sniffing around for fraud. This is the classic playbook: hype, pump, dump, and then ghost. It's like the meme coin equivalent of a hit and run. And what's wild is how fast these things can unravel. Another huge example is SafeMoon. It launched in March 2021. Got a ton of love from celebrities and influencers. And at first, it seemed like a win. But behind the scenes, some shady practices, a lack of real utility. And eventually, the feds came knocking. In November 2023, SafeMoon's top dogs were hit with fraud and money laundering charges. They were allegedly misleading investors and siphoning off funds. So just because a coin has a catchy name and celebrity endorsements doesn't mean it's legit. The crypto graveyard is full of coins that shined bright and then burned out fast. The odds are almost never in your favor. Let's do the maths for a second. There are like 60,000 new meme coins launching every day. Think about that. And less than 1% of them actually make it. It's a digital lottery where most tickets are duds. And the harsh truth is that many of these projects are actually designed to fail. At least for everyone except the insiders. So how do we spot the scams? Here's 5 red flags to watch for. Number 1 is centralized token holdings. If a small group owns most of the supply, they control the game. They can manipulate liquidity, price, and ultimately your bag. Number 2 is excessive hype without substance. If the only value a coin has is celebrity tweets and media buzz, that's a problem. The crypto world loves a good story, but without fundamentals, it's all hot air. Number 3 is lack of transparency. This one's huge. If you can't clearly see who's behind the project, where the funds are going, and what the roadmap looks like, don't bother. Vague promises and buzzwords are not a business model. Number 4 are unverified endorsements. Just because a public figure is talking about a coin doesn't mean they believe in it. Often, they're getting paid. And when the check clears, they disappear along with your investment. Number 5 is unusual token distribution. When a handful of wallets hold a large chunk of the supply, you're at risk. These wallets can dump at any time, tanking the price and leaving latecomers in the dust. So we're almost at the end of the video, and there is one very important question to address. Is the Trump coin still relevant, and should you even bother? So here are some hard cold facts. There's no denying that meme coins can 100x an investment. And the Trump coin taps into that same cultural and political zeitgeist. If it catches fire, early investors could still cash out big. Something special about this coin is that it isn't just a meme coin. It's riding on political narratives and the brand power of Donald Trump. Love him or hate him, that's powerful in the right hands. Now let's look at the problems. Like most meme coins, Trump's coin doesn't really do anything. It's not solving a problem or building a network. It exists as a financial instrument of speculation, nothing more. And with Trump involved, there are legitimate concerns about corruption, conflicts of interest, and potential legal trouble. Lawmakers are already circling. And when the government gets involved, things rarely end well for retail investors. So the bottom line is, be smart, not sorry. The winners are often those who got in early and cashed out before the music stopped. Approach these investments with your eyes wide open. Do your research, understand the risks, and never bet more than you can afford to lose. And if you're not sure, if something feels off, it probably is. With that said, if you're still sniffing around for investments, check out this video about the top 5 coins that nobody is looking at. One of them got serious attention lately, but there's still time to get in.